Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay, cool. So, how's everyone doing? Today we are doing the thing. We are continuing my Sketchster game jam game. So last time I was able to implement the main menu. I made some scenes. So I made this cave level. Now I've got a slight problem with this cave level. It won't run on its own. Throws an error about this line, and presumably also with this line if I were to mute it. But I don't understand why, because all it's doing, so the level, if it's an OS debug build and the scene is just running as a child of root, it adds the dialogue to itself. And then it starts itself. However, if it's not the child of root, but instead the child of game, or child of game levels, then the game handles which scenes are which, and the dialogue gets added to this thing. So I don't really understand why the cave level is causing this issue, because this should already be triggered before start scene, because level ready should be called after everything else, right? So it's very confusing. It doesn't really matter, it just makes testing a bit hard. So if I play the game, so I've also managed to implement a bit of an animation-y dialogue-y thing for the first level. We are sick, the chocolate has dried up. We should have never let that evil man set up his factory in our town. He tricked us with magic, made us depend on it, and he took it away, forced us to pay, and then he just stopped. We will storm the factory and force the wizard chocolatier to make us chocolate. And now it's gone to the wrong scene, what the heck? Why is cave level? Okay, there's something really weird going on with this structure. So, the levels determine when they are over. So, if we look at the tavern level, on dialogue updated, that basically just sets which camera is which. I could potentially bake that into the dialogue. But I would, maybe I could and I would if I were to make this more advanced. So you'd have character name, Tev, and then dialogue, and then we'd have like camera position, and then you'd basically do this thing on dialogue updated. You'd say you wouldn't need this. You would basically just say, is there an animation thing in the dictionary? Yes, then set the animation. Is there a camera position? Yes, then set the camera position. But for this sort of simple thing where it's not very dynamic, this should be fine. So then what happens is when the dialogue finishes, which is determined by the dialogue manager, which is basically if dialogue ID equals size, you omit the dialogue finished thing. So here's what's going a bit weird, and I don't know why. What am I working on? I am working on a game for my game jam, which is the 12 Days of Sketchster, which is actually a 15-day game jam. Reasons. So it's a 3D game. And the idea is... What is the idea? The idea is... so the prompts for the jam are trapped, fire, climb, and chocolate. This is still Godot 3. I've tried Godot 4, and I very much like the changes, but I found it's not quite stable enough for me yet. There's too many missing features still. So for the time being, I'm going to stick to 3, and then maybe just do like mini projects in 4. But anything that needs web build, i.e. Jam games, then I'm going to stick to Godot 3 for now. But I've got 2 copies of Godot 4 installed. I just, waiting for some more features. So, for example, this project, trying to port this from Godot 3 to Godot 4, the core purpose of this, one of the core purposes, is to record audio. And when I tried porting it, the audio recording just didn't work. And I think that's because it's not implemented yet. So, yeah, that's the reason. So, yeah, basically, we've got this sort of game. The idea is you are an angry villager who has been addicted to quote-unquote magical chocolate, and then the chocolate has dried up, and so you, along with the rest of the villagers, are going to storm the factory where the chocolate is made and find out why it's been dried up. However, as you're approaching the factory, you're attacked by a creature and drop down like a cave, and then you've got to try and work how to get out of the cave. And then the idea was you would essentially have to run the factory to generate chocolate to build a stairwell out of the cave to escape. And then you're a person that sort of hates magic and you consider the factory to be magic, and yet you've sort of got to run the factory, and there's this whole sort of thing. So yeah, but I'm really struggling at the moment for some reason with the stuff. The scene management. So I could just have it so that the game just loads and unloads scenes, but it's such a small game. I thought it'd be better to just have the game have multiple scenes and then just show and hide them as needed. But it's causing some weird issues with the dialogue manager. So you set the dialogue, you set the offset, and then you do next dialogue. When you start the dialogue, that will show the UI, and then basically dialogue ID plus equals 1 if it's the size, emit finished. But what's happening sometimes, not always, is that the dialogue finishes twice, once in the previous scene and then once in the new scene, even though it should immediately be setting the dialogue ID to -1, and then start dialogue isn't even called until the next thing. So I don't know what's going on. Also, hello, how are you? Do you use Godot much? So next level. You know what I may actually do? What I might do is because I feel like this is going to come up a lot. And just so that I can test it. Yeah, okay, cool. Just because I think it's come up pretty much every time I've streamed since God of 4 came out. um, yeah, cool. So let's have a look. Why is this happening? So game, we start this scene. You then go through it on dialogue finished. This should only trigger once. This should only trigger once. Wait. Yeah, okay. So then when scene finished is done, we then start the next level. When we start the next level, the very first thing we'll do is we will that. We then emit the scene signal. Scene started. We then take the current level. We hide temp level. So, play. Dialogue size for finished. Scene finished. Level finished, hiding the dialogue while until needed. Starting next scene. Dialogue started. How? Dialogue. Print. Debug. Set. Dialogue. To tree. With first line. Okay. So play. Set dialogue to tree with first line. Tev, we are sick. The chocolate has dried up. Okay. I suppose I could try doing this with the tavern scene. Tavern level dialogue finished. Tavern level scene finished. Level finished, hiding the dialogue. Starting the next scene. Set dialogue to tree. Okay, there's the factory. Dialogue started. ID equals ID offset. ID offset equals -1. Start dialogue, next dialogue. I mean, I guess I could set it to -1 here, but then shouldn't have to. Update. Sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Getting a bit of the sniffles. How have I been live for 22 minutes already? What? How? Okay. So, I just don't understand what's happening here because dialog ID should be set to ID offset, which should be -1 by default. So I don't see how dialog started and then it immediately finishes. It's not like they're being called, they can't be getting called out of order because starting, set, started, finished. It's just very weird. Okay, so let's put a breakpoint here. So if I go to the dialog manager, dialog ID is at 0 now. Okay. So then we're going to step through and all that. That's updating correctly. Okay. Starting next scene. ID equals 4. ID equals 0. What? I wonder, what if I make it so active equals active is false? What? Okay. Very weird. So, by default, scenes are not active. Dialogue with size 4 finished in level 5. Dialogue -1. What is happening? Okay, what if we do this? Okay, and then we want to go finish scene and scene, and then we can comment this out, and then let's see. Okay, so if I now put this back in, it's not active. So is it that when the main menu changes to game, levels, active, not active, not active. So play. Excuse me. Dialogue ID. Where have I got yields? Here. How is this happening? I don't understand. Hmm. Sick, the chocolate's dried up. Dialogue started. What if I say dialogue started? Next offset dialog ID. So is it something to do with the deactivate function of tavern level? Maybe. So we go tavern level, deactivate, stopping, visible, deactivate, go to deactivate, active equals false, set process equals false. Is it something to do with this? I think I know what the problem is. So chain next level. So we'll say call deferred next level. Scene level. Is it that the, I think it's that the, okay. So what was happening is that the signal was still being propagated through the tree when the scene was changed. Because I was setting active when the scene is started, it suddenly started breaking. Right. That was 40 minutes I could have done with not struggling, but hey ho. Right, so now. Okay, there's the factory. Looks like it's not working, but look. The lights are on, I see movement. Remember, there's been reports of creatures guarding the factory. Keep an eye out. Okay, just looking good, going down. What was that? Look out. Okay, cool. Hi, how are you? I've just spent 30 minutes debugging the weirdest, simplest problem ever. Very annoying, but hey ho. How are you? Scene started, scene finished. What we could do is only connect this, but I don't really want to do that. Just went out for sushi. Ah, nice. What did you have? What kind of sushi? I don't really eat sushi. I only eat like noodly stuff and ramen and that sort katsu and stuff. um how's your RuneScape project coming along? Bacon tempura and unagi tempura. Ooh, nice. Start scene, finish scene. Mostly got there. Go for the cocktails. Okay. Is it like 3 for 1 cocktails or something? Close all of this now. So this is all working now. So the things that I need to do now are I need to work on the castle approach scenery. So we're going to reopen this file. It's just the bar on the base only serves like 3 drinks and they're all gross. Fair enough. We're going to close this. And we're going to link, no, we're going to append the model from, let's go with Elder, or not. Let's go with Nest Model, Object, Character Medium, and then we need to scale this down by half to fit the scale of the game. And then we've got, whoa, what the heck happened? Lordy, what has happened? It's because I scaled the mesh rather than the... Clear keyframes, and we're going to go 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. There we go. Right, and then we can move this up. Okay, so this is a huge level. Good to know. This is roughly the scale of the people. I'm planning out the game at the moment. Might do some experimenting tonight. Nice. Do it. Do you stream? Do you stream at all? Are you allowed to stream from the base? Thinking of doing hexagonal grid instead of squares. I did not realise that RuneScape was grid-based. Huh. There was an interesting thing I read a while back about how to implement a hexagonal navigation system. Do a decent job of hiding it, but all the movement and whatnot takes place on a grid. That's cool. I had no idea. I've never played RuneScape, but I think I've seen it played a little bit and I had no idea. Yeah. Okay, this scene might be a bit too big, but that's fine. Better too big than not too big, I think. So, what we want to do is we want to put some trees around. We want to put like a big couple of fences or like stone walls, and then one stone wall here. So what I'm thinking is it's sort of like this. Actually, I could probably just do it in grease pencil on the page, but I'm a bit worried that if I do that, then the grease pencil will come into Godot and I won't be able to get rid of it. So we'll do it in photo. Streamed a long time ago and stopped. I could stream here, but it would be really awkward, so I'm planning to get back into it when I get home in June. Nice. So let's just paintbrush. There we go. Okay. So you've got, oh my goodness, that was really slow. Okay, we've got the factory here, right? There's the chimneys and the chimneys and the chimneys. And then we've got like a tree and then a wall, and this is where the 3 people will be stood or crouched. There's going to be some bushes here, and then the monster's going to jump out from here. He's going to push her that way. He's going to get taken and dragged down this way. And there's the hole is going to be, I don't know, like here. T B B W, and then he's going to get dragged in here. Probably cut a lot of this section out in the animation. Cut to another shot where you will basically see the hole, the creature, and he's going to yeet. He's going to be like, ah, I'm falling. I hate drawing with my mouse, but I can't be bothered putting my tablet in just for this little bit. So then we're going to be like, rawr. Okay. And then, once he's fallen to about here, we then cut to another shot, which would be and then the monster maybe turns around and goes that way. He's still falling. And then he lands off screen. Maybe with like a transition screen. And then the idea would be it cuts to the cave scene, and then the cave scene is where you can move around. So I guess cave level, when we start, we're going to say func ready. How goes the jam? The jam goes interestingly. Wait, we don't want to unlock the player. We want to set movable true. And we want to say tev.set camera. I've been having some weird problems. So why does that? Because that should be called player, not player character. Okay, so I've had this weird problem where I can't test certain scenes. So if I run the cave level on its own, it throws an error as soon as I run it. Tev just does not exist in the start scene, apparently, despite the fact that Tev is quite clearly there. And the weirder thing still is that it works perfectly fine if I run the scene as part of the main game, and I cannot work out why. It doesn't really matter, but it makes testing a little bit more awkward. So we've got this intro scene. Obviously, I'll add more texture and detail, maybe add some more characters in the background. Then it cuts to this one, which is... When am I calling that start method? So, right. In the game, I'm calling the start method when the previous level finishes. If I run the scene by itself, it's run in ready. So basically in the level script, I've got this thing, if OS debug build and the parent is the root rather than game, you add the dialog manager dialog UI to this scene rather than to the, just so that it's in the scene. So basically dialog manager is a singleton. And then we start the scene. The start scene doesn't do anything in this case. And then we go up to the actual level. And start scene sets the dialogue. Doesn't start the dialogue. Doesn't want to start the dialogue. And then basically, yeah, start scene just called from ready. And I just don't understand it because the other two scenes work fine. It's really weird. So yeah, this one works fine. Right. And then if we run the tavern scene. Okay. That is basically the same problem. Interesting. There isn't like a weird bug in 3.52 that I'm not aware of, is there? GitHub. Auto engine and camera recovery settings. Confirm. Remind me later. Gotta issues on ready. Doesn't look like there's a known bug, so yeah. But again, they work fine if they're not part of the... Exactly, right? That's what I was thinking, but... Okay, so what we could try doing... What we could try doing is in the ready of level... Let's func manual auto start. Let's call it auto start. And we'll do this. And then we're going to call defer it. Auto start. Okay, so let's play it now. Auto starting orphan level. Name. So, okay, let's play castle approach scene. Auto starting. Let's auto play this one. Auto starting. Play this one. Oh, okay. Wait. Wait. Okay. Don't know why I needed to call defer on a ready on ready variable in ready, but apparently I did, and now it's working. So thank you. That's really weird. Yeah, that's very strange, but at least it's working now. So then I need to go to play a character. Can look set. Equals true. Okay, so how? Why is the UI? Okay. Okay. So the ground is a little bit too jittery. Maybe I should turn stop on slope off. Anyway, so the idea is that you can't interact with anything until you look up. And okay, so that needs fixing, that's fine. Start dialogue. And dialogue manager dot dialogue UI grab focus. It's kind of weird how precise you have to be. The collision area is not actually that small, but what? Okay, so what if we say dialogue manager func grab button focus, and what we'll do is we'll say dialogue UI dot get node next, so that's panel next. Is there a better way to do this? I mean, I've already got, so we'll say func focus button next button dot grab focus, and then we'll just say dialog.ui dot focus button. And then we don't even really need this. We can just what if we, when the dialogue is started, we'll just grab this like so. Okay, let's give this another go. So we lock the camera, we look up. Okay, cool. So that works. You then want to transition. So we've got the transition tween. On dialogue finished. Transition tween equals scene tween dot new equals create tween dot set ease get out dot set trans linear, and then we want to go what we want to do is we want to say transition camera. I mean, I could just make it all one scene, but we want to tev.lockPlayer true. We then want to transition the camera dot global transform equals tev.camera.global transform. We want to lock the player there. We then want to transition tween dot tween property. We want to say transition camera. On ready var trans camera equals camera. We'll say trans camera global transform origin, and then we want to say target is we want to add a target. We'll do it as this for now. Camera target. I'm going to go whoop, and then it would be sort of like here. And I'm thinking the idea would be that like Ness is up here. And then she's going to take control. So we then want to say to camera target dot global dot origin, and that's going to take 1 second. And we might want to do some like swoopy animations. It's an awkward one because I feel like an animation would be better. But I guess I would have to transition the player camera up to the start position of the transition camera and then animate the transition camera. I could do it that way. Let's just put a do / alternative tween player camera to transition camera position, then animate with animation player because the thing is, Ness will always be in a known location. The thing that won't be in a known location is Tev and his camera. So if I guess if I tween his camera to the transition camera, then I can set the transition camera on a default path. That would make more sense, but we'll do it like this for now. Then animate with animation player the camera moving out of the hole. Okay. So let's play this now and see. And I kind of want to pile of bodies down here as well, but so we want to lock the player there, not there. Node not found. No, that's not the issue. What is the issue? The issue is... How are your projects coming along, Pixis? Why is the dialogue finished not triggering? Auto starting set dialogue with first line Ness. Dialogue offset 0. Is it because... No, okay. Dialogue manager, dialogue finished, on dialogue finished. Cave level, on dialogue finished. Dialogue is finished. Transition tween. So global. Transition camera. That is not being called. Sort of taking game over break. Recent grad, so I've been looking to do some projects that look better on a resume. That's fair enough. What sort of projects are you looking to do? Create tween cities. Good question. Been trying to figure that out myself. Had a friend suggest making a bug tracker. You could do. You could also try contributing to Godot. Like, I know it's still game dev, but it's a big project that's getting more and more famous. If you can show you've done some worthwhile contributions to that, that could be a good thing. Oh, a raid. Thank you, Rin. How are you? What is this? This is some game dev. Hi, how are you? Dwayne followed, thank you. How are you, Dwayne? I'm good, thank you. Hi, Dwayne. Yay. Yeah, so for those that have just joined, thank you for coming on the raid. I am currently working on a game jam game for a game jam I am running. The game jam is the 12 days of... It's probably just easier to do it like this. Nope. Oh, come on. No, I don't want to switch to... No. Okay. Should have been more prepared, just in case. Where are we? Hold on just a second. Here we go. There we go. Nicely. There we go. Okay. So this is the 12 Days of Sketchster Game Jam, which is running from the 1st of April until the 15th. We've currently got 16 entrants. The basic thing is try and make a game over Easter. There's 4 prompts. You have to try and use one of them to make your game. I'm using all 4. It's I'm making a 3D horror game, sort of horror game, set at a chocolate factory. There was a chocolate factory set up in a village. The chocolatier basically got everyone hooked on chocolate and then was like, haha, I'm not going to give you any more chocolate. And they're sort of getting sick with withdrawal because, you know, they think he's a magician. It's probably just drugs, but, you know, whatever. They go to invade the chocolate factory and get him to give them some chocolate, and one of them is attacked by a monster and finds himself stuck in the basement of the chocolate factory and has to try and work his way out. So I'm using the prompt trapped by the fact that he's fallen into the hole, can't get out. Climb, he has to climb up chocolate that he's made to... Sounds like a delicious problem. Yes. He has to climb using the chocolate that he makes. He has to use fire. Basically, he gets a lighter drop down to him, and that's basically how he solves all the problems. And then chocolate, obviously, it's set in a chocolate factory, and you have to... I'm trapped in chocolate. What will I do? Eat my way out. So yeah, that's basically what I'm making, and it's going semi-well. I can't work on it tomorrow, so I'm trying to get as much done today, and then I've got another 10 days after today, more or less. No, I don't. I've got another 9 days after today. So yeah, I'm trying to get that all sorted. Making slow but steady progress. I've had some really weird issues that I can't work out, or I couldn't work out what was going on. But this is the game, so hopefully maybe a bit more animated, but for now I'm just leaving the default animations because they're better than no animation. We should never let that evil man set up his factory in our town. He tricked us with magic, made us depend on it, and took it away, forced us to pay, and then he just stopped. We will storm the factory and force the withered chocolatier to make us chocolate. And then this is going to be like, this is them overlooking the factory, and it's going to be sort of looming in the background. They're going to be hiding behind a wall. Looks like that it's not working, but look. Yeah, the lights are on. I see movement. Remember, there's been reports of creatures guarding the factory. Keep an eye out. So here's the plan. I'll scout ahead, and when I give the signal, you and the others follow me down. Ness, you stay hidden up here. If you see any trouble, run back to the village and stand back up. And then he says, okay, I'm going down. There's a rustle, which needs to be a little bit delayed, but, you know, for now it's fine. She says, what was that? He says, look out, pushes her out of the way, and then he's dragged. There's going to be an animation of him being attacked and dragged by the creature. Next thing he knows, he's in here. He can't do anything. There'll be things that you can interact with, but they won't be interactable until he's got his light. So he goes over to the door, tries the door, and then the idea is the player will look up. Oh! And I didn't hide the previous scene. And basically he then shouts, Ness! Are you out there? She says yes. Asks for his lighter. She'll try and find it. And then this is where I'm stuck at the moment. The dialogue finishes, and what's supposed to happen is the camera is supposed to go whoop up out of the hole, and then she becomes the playable character. But for some reason, that's not happening. So yeah, that's basically how it goes. That's what I'm working on. So yeah, how's everyone been? What have you been up to? I saw you were playing, you were streaming earlier. I sort of stopped by, but it's sort of lurky mode. So transition tween. So let's just say print debug moving camera. So we look up moving camera. Okay, so it is technically working. Transform. Do you know what it is? I know what it is. Current equals true. Apart from my project searching, I had time to draw a new character recently. Ooh. Oh, I think I might have seen that on your Twitter earlier. Did I see that on your Twitter earlier? I found you randomly through like a third party follow. Is that what the problem was? I bet that's what the problem was. Yeah, okay, cool. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to commit those changes because they're all working, thankfully. So we've got fixed elder model not animating. We have added NPC script for NPCs. What else did we do? We fixed cave level not running independently. Fixed level dialogue finished signal. Nice, guessing they're also got a user. I know if you follow me. Yeah, I think it was. And I was like, wait, I recognize that name. And then I clicked on it and I was like, ah, yes, you, the free person. Fixed dialogue, finished signal. triggering a castle approach ending early, and then got transition camera to work properly. Okay, so then what we're going to do instead is we're going to transition camera. We're going to set the transition camera to a known location. That known location but that still doesn't solve the problem. But we'll try it. So I'll make an animation player. Oh, is there an... Oh, there is an animation player there. Okay, so we'll say camera transition. And what we're going to do is we're going to animate this coming up and out of the hole. So we'll go... Oops. Oh no, what have I done? There we go. Okay. So we will say camera transition. We will grab this transition camera. And we're going to go to boop. Do I want to create a reset track? No. Do I want to use Bezier? Probably. And we want to key this one. And then we will move it up and out of the hole. And we may need to do this a couple of times to get the positioning right, because obviously I don't know where Ness is going to be on the next level just yet, because I haven't made the level. So we will then go boop and boop. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And then we want the angle to stay the same till... What? How? Sure, this used to be a thing, right? There we go, duplicate keys. Okay. So we bring this along. Do, 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 do. And we probably want to keep the Z position the same until about there. Yeah, okay, cool. So then what we do is we want to move the... So now that that's all committed, right? We want to instead, we want to say tev.global camera position equals... Wow, can't type today. We don't want to do that until here, at which point we would say transition current keyframe on. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to tev camera position global transform. To global transform. camera.global transform, and then what we're going to do is we're going to yield until the transition tween dot is finished, and once it's finished we're going to say animation player dot play camera transition. Okay, let's see if this works. So we move over, look at the hole, 1, 2, 3, 5, and oh, silly, try again. Move over, look at the hole. Whoop. I mean, sort of worked. Whoop. 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 Okay, and then Ness will basically just be stood there. And we'll basically just try and merge the... So if we just add this in for now, Ness will be here somewhere. And then we can always rotate round, or we could even, once the animation's finished, we could then do another transition into, okay, so what we'll do is this. To do perhaps after animation of camera transition finished, move, do secondary tween, get camera into Ness position properly. That should work, I think. So I guess let's go here. We'll animate, we'll play the animation there. And then for now we will just move Ness so that her camera lines up more or less. And then once again we'll say yield animation finished, and we will then say Ness. Oh, Ness should not be a child of Tev. Ness dot lock player false, and then she should be locked in ready. Ness dot lock player true, on ready var Ness player equals Ness. Okay, so we go here, boop, So we probably want to, on dialog finished, we want to dialog manager dot dialog UI ID dot hide. Ness dialog equals got to find that later. We must have dropped it near the tree. So what if we do this instead? We won't unlock the player right now. Right, what we'll do is we'll say if dialog dot dialog equals dialog. We will func transition camera. And then otherwise if dialog manager dialog 0 equals ness dialog 0, we will unlock the player. And then we'll also hide how does anyone ever make any games? I don't know. Feels very wonky sometimes. So we will... Ah, another raid! Thank you! How are you, Sticks? Ah, I get to see my custom raiding animation twice in one day. What a treat. So, hello to the new people once again. Hello. How did your stream go? Did you get everything you needed done? Is your game really finished? What's going on? Endboss has his final sprite sheet. Nice. Boop. And a lovable nickname, Stompy. Nice. Whoop. Cool dialogue system. Thank you. And then I've got like loads of sort of triggers on dialogue, and it's been causing me no end of issues. But yeah. And then that should have made, because I need to dot set dialogue ness dialogue, and then we need to dialog manager dot start. And then once that's done, okay. So we come back here, boop, boop, boop. I'm not too thrilled about the whole looking at the crotch thing, but I don't know how else to angle the camera so that you can look at the hole. And I'm not entirely sure why that doesn't work properly. Got to find that lighter. You must have dropped it near the tree. And now she can move. Yeah. Oh, bye. Bigger than life. So now that that works, we can come back to the factory building. Like the only cliff in your world. I did just fall off a cliff. Yes. So the idea is that this will, this level will sort of be above the hole, and then she'll be sort of looking this way in the level, and she'll have to try and get to here. And I drew a crude drawing. So we've got this. So if you imagine this is this view, right? So we'll have like a short wall here, a tree and a bush. And they'll be talking. So the dialogue is this. So the castle approach level. So, okay, there's the factory, and you'll see them like maybe have some sort of dynamic animation so that it shows them looking at the camera and then showing them crouching down behind the wall. Looks like it's not working, but look. Yeah, the lights are on. I see movement. Remember, there's been reports of creatures guarding the factory. Keep an eye out. Here's the plan. He's going to scout ahead, so he would be walking down the hill. You stay hidden up here, see if any trouble, blah, blah, blah. He says, I'm going down. There's a rustle. What was that? Look out, and he pushes her out of the way. And then the idea is that this is going to happen. So the creature's going to come from here, grab him. She's going to be pushed out of the way. He's going to get dragged down to the hole. So these lines indicate that I'm probably going to cut out this sort of period of the animation. He's then going to be pushed in the hole. It's going to be thrown into the hole. And then it cuts to that previous scene you just saw. He then calls up, and basically you come to here with the idea is the hole will be sort of here-ish. She will have to traverse back up to the tree to find the lighter. But the idea is that there's going to be creatures sort of running backwards and forwards looking for her. And if anyone's curious, I've got two different creatures at the moment. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I've got the chocolatier, who is like the main bad guy, as it were. So he looks like this. I would like to make him look a bit more menacing, but time. The more the merrier, exactly. And then we've also got this chocolate golem, which is basically exactly the same model, but coloured coloured brown, and he also drips. He drips horrible chocolate goo everywhere. So I was thinking what I would do is maybe have the chocolatier be in the factory, and then the chocolate golem is going to be in the factory and out of the factory, is the idea. So yeah. Again, I feel like this is an overly ambitious game. Like, the actual gameplay itself is probably not going to be very long, but all these transitions and stuff is... yeah. So, what I need to do is I need to put like a placeholder factory, and I guess the factory can just be that for now. I need to temporarily append the cave hole. line it up somewhere. Oh my god. So it really is quite a big level. That's fine, I guess. Gives me more to play with. And then we want to, oops. So the cave is to scale. So what we'll just do is we will, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something really ugly. We're going to grab these, we're going to scale it down like so. I guess maybe we could roundify it a bit. Then we're just going to delete these faces. And hope it doesn't look too terrible. We would move this a little bit closer. I mean, that looks pretty terrible, but hey ho. I'm sure I've seen worse in AAA games. So we go do, do, doop, and doop, and doop, and doop. Yeah, I think that works, more or less. Can always maybe... Ah, look at that. That looks good enough. And just to show you how big this is, again, probably too big. This is Ness, who is about 2 meters tall. And yeah, it's just big. So my plan was to have, so I'd probably put the tree here instead, so it's not so far to go, and then maybe more trees around here just to sort of block it out. Maybe put a fence. Yeah, what if I put a fence? So if I put the factory like here, right? So it's really close. No, we would, let's do it this way. We'll do it like this, and then we'll have sort of, what is a good factory wall height? So I've been looking at the Cadbury factory, because, you know, chocolate factory might as well. I might just recreate that, because that'll be nice and easy and quick. I've actually been there. We went on a school tour one time. Can't remember the reason why. I think it was a choir trip thing. Ooh, cool. So, yeah, I wonder what a good height for the fence would be. I'm thinking sort of like 10 meters. Just to sort of, so we'd make the whole, let's say 100 meters wide. Not that way. 100 meters that way. What's the average of a brick wall? A brick wall is probably about 0.3 meters wide. So we'd have some sort of wall like that. something like this. I don't know. Also annoys me that I've sort of put the whole scene is the wrong way around. I would normally build it this way around. I don't know why I didn't. Oops. You know, if you come here now. Oh no, you're getting picked up. Oh no. This is now cat stream. My stream is blessed. Yes. Though only very briefly. He will get annoyed in a few minutes. I mean, he's already annoyed. Ah, the purr has subsided somewhat. What do you want? Hmm? I mean, you know, I'm supposed to be like doing stuff right now, right? You know you're on camera, right? Right? We will get back to game jam stuff in a minute. Promise. I don't know if you can still hear the purring. Okay. Can we go down now? He's shedding, and all his fur is just going in my face. Sorry, people. Can't be streaming right now. I'd move the camera down, but he'd get annoyed, and then there'd be nothing for you to see. I'll have a snack and keep working on your game. Nice. Do you think it'll be done in time? If I'm not done in time, I'll cut features to make it. Okay. My approach is going to be opposite. I'm going to just try and get everything done, and if I don't get everything done, then I'll just release it as is and say I was overambitious. Oh no. Falling asleep? Post-jam updates are a thing, exactly. You also like what Spoon Sweet is cooking up. Yeah, looks interesting. This is a long one. What's going on? Oh, now comes the struggles. Now he's starting to get annoyed. Lasted a lot longer than normal. Eh? Can you make it in? Go on. Okay. I'll be back in a second. I need to go feed someone. Hello. Okay, I'm back. Um, Sorry about that. He really wanted some food, and I thought I'd make myself some tea while I was down there, just to, you know. Oops, what did I do? Let's make this area a little bit flatter, maybe. So I went to see the D&D movie yesterday. That was quite fun. It's not necessarily a good movie, TM, but, you know, it's very enjoyable. And if you play the game, it's quite fun to watch. What? I wonder if I just do a Laplacian smooth, is it? Oh my goodness. Where's the smooth? Smooth vertices. Oh god. Oh god, what have I done? And now we wait. Are you done? No, it's still crashing. Okay. When was the last time I saved this? What's my memory doing? Is the stream okay? 44% memory. Okay, so that's not too bad. Oh my goodness, I did 105 Laplacian smooths. Massively over scope, send help. No, you have to send me help first, because I was here first. That's how it works. Mine is also overly scoped, so, you know. And I just did a crazy thing where I Laplacian smoothed this 105 times and it nearly broke my PC. So, you know, I think I'm the one in more need. Right now. It didn't even do anything. Oh my goodness. I didn't even do anything. That's really upsetting. Ah, that worked. So what's wrong with your overscoped game? What have you done? Also, hello, how are you? So let's, for now, we'll append not Kenny characters, but we're going to carry, no, what am I doing? Assets 3, 3D asset. Oh god. Okay, cool. I thought I just dragged the 2D assets into the 3D assets and messed up everything, but it's all good. It's all good. So now I need the nature kit models. Oops, excuse me. Interesting. Import. Is there a bush I can use? But, 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 no. Huh, okay. Okay. Huh, okay. Let's also do this. So we're going to move everything down so that the origin point is actually, you know. Can you guys hear me okay? Has my mic gone funny? Is it because I put the music too loud? No, should be okay. Okay, cool. File, import, hey. What did I scale these to? I scaled this to what? 13.3, okay. What is going on here? Right. We got tree detailed, where's that? Okay, so that hasn't scaled yet. So what's this one? This is tree mesh detailed dark. This is tree mesh tree detailed. Okay, so we'll just... So we'll doop 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 doop, and then we'll... Okay, so that's the dark and non-dark variants. That's fine. Don't need the fall one. Don't need the fall one. And this one's the oak one. Okay. Why are you going? How do I snap to surface in Blender? I can never remember. Snap to surface Blender. Ah, look at that. Ish. Hmm. Ooh. Bermuda grass. I think Bad Cop is upset because I said I needed more help with my overscoping. Oh man, we need just one more person for chatting, 10 people chatting at the same time. Cool. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to say tree oak Carl, and we're going to say ground Carl. And then this is where we're going to put the what we're going to do is we're going to go add no, what we're going to do is we're going to go Shift S, cursed selected. Right, and then where is the cursor? I can't even see the cursor. Is this level just so big I can't see the cursor? Okay. We then go empty, plain axes. Which is now there. Whoop. Okay. We then apply the scale. And we're going to place that here. So then I need a shrub. I might make the shrub in Godot because I've done that before. We'll call this lighter spawn position. Oops. That's what I was trying to do. So we'll make a 1.5 meter wall. I kind of want to make it a stone wall. If I can find one of those. I don't really want to make one. I could make one, but I don't want to. Is that Farah? It says Overwatch. Must be Farah. assets. That's what I'm after. Models. And then we want to do wall. Ooh. I mean, I could kind of maybe make use of this. Okay, and then let's do a displace. Do a texture displace. Do like a variety. Excuse me. Boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to clone this. We're going to say X location. Not exactly what I was going for. But maybe if I were to add like a cobble texture on top as a normal map. Dum, 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 dum. Rock wall. There we go. Or stone wall. There we go. Perfect. And then we go, so 608 polys for this isn't too bad. Wait, what? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the material. Add all of the textures. So we're going to go diffuse 2K, put that into the base color. Probably going to want to scale these. Oops. Boom, boom. I can never remember how I do a... Oops. There we go, that's better. Then we want the roughness. So what if we go to UV editing? No. Okay. Okay. We'll do it like this instead. We'll go hoop. Okay, so if I go... That'll do, I guess. I've decided against a hexagon. I have returned. I've decided against hexagonal grid because I forgot about the fact that you can go between two tiles directly north or south. You cannot. You cannot go between two tiles directly north or south. I don't quite understand. Like, I think I understand, but I'm not sure if what I'm understanding is what I think you're saying. Also, apologies, I was in a bit of a concentrate-y mood. I missed you. That looks good enough. So what if we did a new displace? If you look up a hexagonal grid, going north from one tile requires you to pass directly through the middle of the two tiles, northeast or northwest of you. Yeah. Okay. um... Hello. Hmm. I guess it depends on. It depends on which way the hexagon's orientated, right? Because if you've got the points orientated east-west, then you can't go directly east or west, but you can go directly north, and vice versa if you have them orientated the other way. Then you can go. You can't go. So in this orientation, you can go directly north, but you can't go east or west. Yeah. Yeah, there was a really interesting article about how they implemented the original Civ hex grid movement. You want to try hiding the grid as much as you can. So the benefit of hex grids looking nice, it doesn't really apply. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then we come into here. Just scale that. Oops. I think that'll do. That looks like a nice enough stone wall. So this is the one they're going to be hiding behind. So I probably need to make it a little bit shorter, so... And then... You know what I'd love to hear is Game Chops do like an Elden Ring remix. Has anyone seen the D&D movie yet? Was anyone planning on seeing it? Something like this. Kind of ugly, but, you know. Excuse me. Oh, for goodness sake, stop it. Okay. Let's grab another one of these textures. Think. There we go. Starting to look a bit nicer. And scatter. Okay, so then we go. Excuse me. Oh.
in the Blender, you can enable by so what it does is it allows you to select an object and a target surface, and then go to Object, Scatter Objects, and you can paint on the surface the way you want things to be scattered. So you can use this with a single object, or you can use Shift-Click to select multiple objects before you finally select your surface. While the tool is active, you can go into the Active Tool workspace settings under Scatter Objects, and you can adjust things about the way the objects are scattered, like the size of the objects, how far away from the path that you drew the objects get scattered, randomization of scale, as well as rotation, and some other things as well. This is a great free add-on for quickly scattering objects in Blender. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about this add-on. So if you come from any kind of Blender,
Okay.
Scatter Objects is a free app. You can use this with a single paint on the surface the way you want things to be scattered. So you can use this with a single object, or you can use Shift-Click to select.
What is this? Ah. That's a bit better. Interesting. Okay. So let's grab everything except for this. Just for now. And we're gonna try and export this as a GLB. And we're gonna put it into environment. The fields. Oops. This may go wrong, but we'll try it. Excuse me. How long have I been streaming for? 3 hours, okay. Might try this and then call it an end of a stream because, yeah, I think it's gone relatively well today. I didn't get what I wanted to do done, but like as far as let's just put it in here for now. Ooh, okay. Doesn't look too bad actually. Just need to work out some way to sort of stop certain movements happening. Fields level. No, fields. And then we'll make... Oh god. It's taking a long time to save. I'm scared. Okay. So we're going to... God, I didn't think how hard this would be to line up. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. I need to make some way of stopping her from falling in, I think. Whoop. Yay! Except she needs to have the lock player false, and we need to say Ness dot camera equals dot current equals true. Okay, let's try this again. Whoop. Whee! She's down here with him now. Yay! I really need to work out a better way to get this to stop wobbling. Maybe the slope angle just needs to be better. So let's go to play a character. What if I set this to false? That's what I thought. Okay. Max slide equals 4. What if I up that? Bit better. So I can probably de-densify some of these trees a bit. Oh. Um. Um. Bonk. But you know what? Still don't like the way the jump works. But So I just need to work out why the camera holds for so long. So we've got the transition camera is where? Is there. So if we go to the animation, game level. Transition camera. Yield tween transition. Okay, let's play this scene. Oh. There we go. Yes, okay. Oh. Why did that happen? Okay, cool. So that works. So we'll say we've got the camera transition working nicely. Made a basic field scene. Not very good so far. Character transition also works. Yeah. Okay, so we need to we need to completely redo all this. That's fine. Oh my goodness, what? How many of these did I make? Okay. Oh, okay, I see. So maybe I need to group them. I mean, yeah, so Maybe don't use surface rotation. And then we grab all of these. Make this the active object. Okay. Make this the active object. Scatter the objects. What we're going to try and do is we're going to make like a path. I'm going to make a path that sort of leads roughly. Oops. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Scatter objects. Actually, you know what? If I just move these, then I can leave that there. Okay, so then we go bump. Okay. So let me move to collection, collection. Okay, now. What is going on? What is going on? Right, let's just try and open this again. There we go. There's the scatter properties. No, okay, cool. So, I'm going to go scatter prop. Okay. We're going to do Do a little whippity. Whippity bip 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 bip. Just to give it a bit more of a sort of organic feel. What happened here? Oh. Oh, what? Oh, okay. And then I guess we can just hide these? No, what? Can I move them? What? How does this work? Hmm. Okay. Maybe I can... Hmm. Okay, let's give it one more go. Okay. Right, let's see if this works. Okay, let's come into here and turn this negative light down a little bit. Okay, I think that fixes it, more or less. I mean, the alternative is I could just make multiple smaller lights, I guess. Let's just try that real quick. Make one right next to the wall. That could work. There we go. It's a little bit awkward, but it seems to do what I need it to. And then we just turn on the Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So Ness needs to be... Her camera needs to be a bit... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Camera needs to have a further far distance. Okay. I think we're nearly done for today. Oh, that's cool. Can maybe make it a little bit less intense. And then obviously this bit would sort of not be traversable. Make it so that the monster can come rustling out. And then she's got to hide in the bushes. There'll be bushes along here. Factory looks suitably intimidating. I'm not happy with these random rotations. What I wanted was them to rotate on the... Which axis is that in Blender? The Z axis. It rotated on the... Well, pretty much on it. Also, the scales are really weird. So this is where the light will be. I think I need to add like a... So this will be sort of a night-timey sort of thing. Or like a dusk. Oh yes, I need to fix it so that that's actually got collision. Yeah. Cool. Right. I think 3 and a bit hours is good enough. Thank you for watching. I may be on again tomorrow evening. I'm out during the day. Depends on when I get back. And then Friday, I think, is good for a stream. Could do a stream on Friday. Good Friday. Technically a bank holiday. Yeah, could do a stream then. Cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, hopefully I might see you tomorrow night. Otherwise, let's aim for Friday. Tomorrow can be a surprise stream, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.